Hello, my name is Alex Cifra, and I will be presenting my informative speech today, which is titled A Man's Passion to Save the Lives of Animals. So from these pictures here, you can see a man. His name is Kevin Richardson, an unknown conservation activist, and he's holding this male full-grown lion. And as you can tell, there's no being scared, there's no fear, there's only love and trust that you could see from him and this lion. So let's dive on in. So I'm assuming here everybody has at least been to a zoo once or twice in their life. They've been up and close and personal with exotic animals from large to small. These kind of cats here, African lions, who are very big and intimidating. And a human's natural fear would probably be to be afraid and also want to run or protect themselves from an animal like this. But Kevin Richardson, as you can see, has taken a different approach. He is getting up close and personal. He's showing trust. He's showing love to these animals to train them, to show them a different type of love. So the loss of lions. So let's start from the beginning and where we're at today with lions. According to National Geographic's, the decline of lion population is basically due to the growth and population of humans in their natural areas. Basically from farming to towns, anything that helps supply humans with possible growth in population. There's an estimated 20,000 lions left in the world. This has been a downfall from about 450,000 several years ago, decades ago. So let's dive into Kevin Richardson, who he is. At first, he was not a conservationist for these lions. He started off as just a normal college student. He graduated with a degree in anatomy and physiology. He went into post-operative rehabilitation for humans, and he decided to take a vivid career switch about 16 years ago where he wanted to turn his passion into a career and a lifestyle. So that's how he got this opportunity to work with lions. And as you probably amount to, that this probably wasn't an easy switch for him. There's probably a lot of people out there saying, no, you can't do this, no, this is impossible, this probably won't be something that's going to be successful for you, but he stuck with it, and he's changed that thought. So right now, as of today, he has backed away from that post-op rehabilitation, and this is what he does now. As you can see, there's as pointed out before, he's very up close and personal with these animals. He's taken a different approach to loving and training them. Basic other types of training in the past involved a lot of sticks and keeping distance, change, things that could protect humans. But he decided to say, you know what, let's try a different approach. So he's self-taught animal behaviorist. Like I said before, he doesn't do the typical sticks to keep his distance or chains to kind of harm the animals. And as you can see, the pride accepts him as his own. One of his missions was to create a wildlife sanctuary, and it's actually called Kevin Richardson Wildlife Sanctuary. It's preservation for these species of animal, give them a place to live, away from all the habitat destruction, habitat loss, humans who hunt them, and so on and so forth. It's also here to educate people about the decline of these large animals, specifically lions. Like I said previously, habitat loss, human-predator conflict, and hunting and illegal trade has kind of been his sought for this wildlife sanctuary. His vision transformed the way animals think and interact with these kind of animals. Obviously, like I said, your initial reaction when you come along to one of the size of these animals is, I better keep my distance, I'm afraid, this doesn't seem like something I should be up close and personal. But he's showing people that you can be. Not that you should go out in the wild and do it yourself, but he's showing you that love and respect is a way to train animals and to teach animals that you can help them. And he's trying to minimize carnivore captivity because, that has its gains and its losses. Obviously, if you keep animals in a zoo, they're going to be protected, they're going to be fed, they're going to be healthy. But if you release them into the open, that also incurs for more human conflict and such. So there's definitely some controversy between there, but he's trying to do the right thing. And there's a direct highlight between petting zoo for the cubs and the canned hunting industry, which we will be getting into right now. So cubs and petting zoos. According to Captivity on the Kevin Richardson website, canned hunting has developed from these petting zoos where obviously the cubs of these lions are very small. They're not very dangerous at that age. People will pay to take pictures with them, meet with them, hold them. They're like a very large domestic pet cat, if you will. But once the lions get too large, what happens to them? They're not the cubs anymore. They need to be, obviously, the petting zoos don't want them anymore. So a lot happens to these cubs. So after the petting zoo, according to What Makes a Lion Whisperer Roar, some of these cubs are sent to zoos, which could be a good thing. Obviously, like I said prior, they will have their proper health care, proper food, proper little area to live in. They won't be near any human conflict. And another problem here would be the cubs are sold to lion breeders, which is just causing more and more problems. These cubs are being sold to people to breed lions for these petting zoos, so it's just a constant vicious circle of overbreeding, overproduction, harmful, it could be very stressful on these animals. And the worst of all, I would say, would be the canned hunting, where people pay big bucks to have these lions shipped to their houses or their, I would say, hunting grounds, where these lions are thrown into a very large captive area where they cannot escape, and people pay large amounts of money to purposely go into these areas and hunt either the male or female lions just for the fun of it. So the lions literally stand no chance whatsoever of surviving. So what does Kevin Richardson do? He rescues these animals from canned hunting. He wants to protect them. He doesn't want to see them be stressed. He doesn't want to see the decline of the population or any inhumane acts upon these lions. It may not seem like a lot, but he's saved about 27 lions over the past 16 years. That may not seem like a large number, but to those 27 lions, that's a big life changer for them. He's taking a step forward in the right direction. He's getting publicity now, and he's hoping to eventually be able to obviously save more lions. He understands the dangers of working with these animals, obviously. He knows that they are big, he knows that they are predators, and he knows that they can easily harm him pretty badly. But as quoted here by Richardson tells Sarah Bible, obviously one realizes the dangers when working with animals of this caliber. I've weighed the pros and I've weighed the cons, and the pros far outweigh the cons. So there's a quote from the animal activist and conservationist himself. He knows what he's doing, he knows how to handle it, and he's willing to take the risk in order to show people. And in conclusion, Kevin Richardson is an unknown conservationist for these animals. He's made it his life mission and his passion to save and protect these animals and educate people through his sanctuaries. His ability to save and protect these animals has made all the difference for him and himself and the animals that he's saving. And overall, it takes one person to make a big difference, but if you could get more people, it'll make even bigger difference. And don't let the fear of change stop you from doing what you stand for. Obviously, like I said prior, people have probably told him, no, you can't do this. No, this is impossible. Why would you want to take this big of a risk with your life and life-changing? But he did it, and look where he's at now. He's made a big difference. So thank you for your time. Thank you for anybody who's going to be watching this home, and have a good day.